And we're back with another video, guys. As you can see, if you guys know what that is, and that is, then you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm replacing the ABS module today because my motor is burnt out. So I just got a whole assembly from the junkyard for like 55 bucks. Hopefully this motor isn't burnt out. Well, it also looks super cruddy in here, so it'll be nice to clean this up. And I'm going to show you guys, if this motor does work, how to bleed the ABS system rather simply, I might add. I got this brake clean and the tester probe that you'll need for doing it, all under 100 bucks, guys. So without further ado, we will begin. We're gonna get this out the way. We're gonna unbolt this 10mm here because we're just gonna swing this whole thing up once we unbolt it and then take off all the lines. These two connectors, you take this off, you swing this up as well. You need to just move this out the way just a little bit and unbolt the bracket down there. So without further ado, let me get like all that off for you guys and give you guys an guys. As you can see, we got the stuff out of the way and we got this thing propped up on the actual power steering thing. This thing's a mess. That one definitely looks a lot better. The only thing I'm taking off is this because the one at the junkyard was just destroyed by the sun. So there's 3 bolts on the side to take off these mounting things. One here, and one down here. So you take those 3 12mm bolts off, all your sensors, unbolt it, pull it up, then you can do this, and then you gotta unbolt all 6 of your ABS lines, which are 10mm. And if you have a flared wrench, I definitely recommend using it because the ones I got off of those were really tight, and those were junk. Hopefully I can get these off without screwing them up, guys. I'll send you guys an update when I get this thing out. Alright guys, so plans changed because these, I was only able to get those off because I used a 12-point ratchet, open-ended ratchet, because I had cut the lines at the junkyard. These are incredibly tight, and I would just round them off. So all I did, instead of replacing the whole thing that I have, I just replaced the motor, and I might replace the accumulator, because this one looks disgusting. It's just 2 bolts on the bottom. I'll show you guys. It should just be 2 10mm. Yep, 2 10mm. And I'll let you know if gas escapes. It shouldn't. I think gas can only escape if you take the top bolt out, but it's full of nitrogen if you guys didn't know. So I'm gonna take these out and swap that one because it looks crusty. Fill this thing. I cleaned this thing up. That's why it looks so good. And I'm going to fill it with some brake fluid .3, blah blah blah. Can't talk. And we're gonna test out, see if the motor works before we do anything, because that's what we came here for. So I'll give you guys an update after that. Man, I really wish I could use that one. That one's so much cleaner than this one, but it's definitely better than what we had. Here's the cylinder all cleaned up. They both feel about the same weight. That one just looks like garbage, so we're putting this one on anyways. 2 10mm, and you got that O-ring. Make sure that O-ring is good, and pop. It's that simple, guys. So I'll put this back on, fill it up, turn on here, see if I hear a as I should. It's exactly how it sounds too. Don't second guess me, I'll let you know. Well, I gotta say, it looks nice. You can see the fluid now. It's got the cap and the sticker. The better actuator on it, hopefully. So now we're gonna put the key in here, you know? We're gonna experiment. We're gonna hope that we hear a hopefully. I don't think I need to start it. Probably do. Probably do. I heard the motor. Alright, so okay, that leads us to the next part of the video then, which is bleeding it. So you leave the ignition on, right? This is why I got this fancy thing, not fancy, $20 at AutoZone, circuit tester. That is good. That is real good, boys and girls. So I gotta finish bolting that in. But you get to your ABS relay right here. Where's the tab? I'm blind. And this red and white wire right here, you're gonna back probe. You're gonna put something metal in there, stick it in there. Hook your 12 volts up to here. And I'll hook up the bleeder system for that, because this is the bleeder valve right here on the top. I'll take this cap off. Maybe. Yes, sir. All right, so you take... Oh! Oops. I don't know who that was. They're playing some loud music, though. Yeah, so you got the cap off. This is your bleeder screw to bleed it. So I'm gonna hook up my brake bleeder to this, and a wrench on here. Take that off now, it's just in our way. And we're gonna start the motor with jumping it to that wire with a circuit tester and a piece of metal sticking out of it. Let the motor run for about 2 seconds by jumping it to that wire. Then you're gonna crack it open for about 2 seconds and then close it, and then take that off right after you do it. And you're gonna repeat that step until you don't get no more air bubbles out of here, guys. I'm gonna try to set the camera up for this, but I don't know, it might be a little difficult. But let me bolt that together and get it all set up, and I'll show you guys. All right, guys, we got everything bolted back together. Let me just get this wrench up. So one of the things when doing this, you have to make sure you do not run out of fluids in here. If it's below half, fill it up, because otherwise you can burn the motor out. But crimped on, can't speak. It's crimped onto the negative. I have a cotter pin in there, and I'll just show you what it sounds like. Motor's working. So we know the motor's working. We got our catch can and a 10mm to break it free. So what we're gonna do, hold it on for 2 seconds, crack it open, close it, wait 2 seconds, and then take it off. And you do that about 4 or 5 times, depending how much air you have in your system. Okay, everyone, now that everything's done, it's bleeded, I'm pretty sure it's at max. It's very hard to see. Looks a little cleaner in that corner, not great, but we did it. It didn't really have any air in it. That just doesn't surprise me, because I didn't take any lines off. So, put new fluid in it, clean it up, new actuator, new motor. It works. Now let's start it up and make sure it's working properly, and hopefully that our ABS light goes away. If not, I'll show you guys how you can reset that. Oh, look at that. The ABS light went away immediately. Man, that thing's annoying. That thing is annoying. It's tripping me out, this fluid level. I might want to add more, I can't tell. It's always better to have too much than not enough. I don't want to burn out a motor I just replaced, so. There it is. Yeah, we'll top this thing off, guys, but that completes another job at getting one of the lights off on this thing, guys. Oh, what? Okay, it's back on. So, how you would do this, you turn the car off, and all you're gonna do, once I get this dang thing off, you're gonna pull your fuse. Actually, pull all 3 of these fuses with the car turned off and put them back in. That should reset it. I don't know, maybe I have another problem, but all I know is I probably have working ABS now. So I'm gonna top it off, guys. That should conclude today's video. Total time, this shouldn't take you guys more than an hour if you don't have to swap the lines. And always, peace out, y'all. Oh, real quick, another way that I made a short of just recently. You can go under your Honda and find your blue 2-pin connector that's connected to nothing. Short it out with a wire. This is how I found my ABS code to begin with. This will also tell you check engine codes. As you can see, there is no lights blinking anymore. That means I have fixed it. My SRS light is blinking, so I have to fix a airbag issue, but my check engine light is not flashing. If your check engine light was flashing or your ABS light were flashing, all you would do was you would count the times they beep. It'd be like a fast beep, and that'd be like, they'd do it 1 to 9 times. And that's the first number, and then it would do another set of numbers that would be slow beeps or slow pauses, and that's going to be your code, 91, 92, whatever it is. Mine was 1-2, which was the motor, and now that I've shorted this out, it has gone away, and that's only with ignition on. You do not start it. Now we're just going to disconnect this, disconnect my little jumper wire, tuck that bad boy back up in there. And we're going to start it, see if that fixed the code. If not, I'm going to go take it for a drive and think we're good though, guys. So I'm gonna go take this stuff to the dump, take it for a test drive, because this is gonna be my first time having ABS. Next couple fixes will be cruise control and the SRS light. See y'all.